Why can I never stop talking about how I'm an American that lives in England? Jesus Christ. I'm annoyed by myself. Hi guys, I'm Stevie. I had a completely different video planned to film today, and I just can't do it without talking about what's going on. So here we go. Firstly, I just want to say that I'm so excited about today's video sponsor. It is sponsored by Cerebral, so stay tuned till a little bit later to find out more about them. I'm moving out of the house that I live in beautiful sunny Blackpool, England, and I'm so upset about it. But let's tell the story about why. So the first house Josie and I lived in Blackpool was like a 2-story house. Is that what Americans call it? But what do you guys call it? Just a house. And if a house doesn't have 2 floors, in England they call them a bungalow, which is hilarious because in America it's a house if it's only 1 level, and then it's a 2-story house if it's, anyway. We moved to this gorgeous bungalow. It has beautiful view. Like the garden is like so mature and it overlooks like open fields, just like British countryside. English countryside? Who says British countryside? Can a countryside be British? What's the difference between English and British? Do people that live in Great Britain but not in England like to call themselves British? I have a sneaking suspicion they do not.
No.
So, yay, no stairs! And moved in and we were so excited. The first thing we decided to do was decorate the guest room, and we put up like this cute, sweet little wallpaper and made like 2 little single beds. And I was like, I'm so excited to make a video about all the things you should have in your guest room and like how we decorated it together and all this stuff, right?
I look tiny.
What the hell? Because you're behind me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we are finishing up the guest room. The best part of the whole room is definitely the wallpaper. It did come with some features that are really beautiful, like the beams, this gorgeous window with the view, really high ceiling, nice molding. It's not all what we're doing, it's just we had a really good space to work with. Also the size is really great, it's really long, so it's perfect, like a twin size or a single if you're in the UK, perfectly on the edges. So we're doing 2 singles for our guests.
You didn't point out your favorite thing in the whole room.
What's my favorite thing in the room? They're so good. Beautiful parquet floors. We started to notice that like the bathroom was always pretty musty and moldy, and then the guest room window, when you opened it, the wood would just fall off, exposing the glass. And, you know, would say they were gonna fix it, and then they just wouldn't. And then one day, just chilling in my bed, and a man just walks into my house. What the with no mask, by the way. Josie was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You put a mask on. So that was annoying. He came to look at the window and said, I don't know how to fix this, and left. How dare you just walk in my house?
No, wait. He also, the wood fell off it and he just left.
Oh yeah, he just left the wood off with the glass
the
exposed.
Windowsill, yeah, so there was a gap in our window which was about 3 inches. The pigeon could have flown in.
Anyway, so we're sitting here watching TV one night and we start hearing like very loud noises. Now, Josie's stepmom has had a squirrel living in her attic for the past month or so, and we were like, oh my god, this is definitely a squirrel. Like, they're up there making noises, they're like throwing stuff around. It literally sounded like they had built a bowling alley and then were bowling up there. Like, what? It was so loud. Squirrels are just wild and have a lot of energy and are just, you know, they can just bounce around, and some of them can fly. So I was like, oh, it's definitely gotta be a squirrel. Maybe a flying squirrel, maybe a family of squirrels, right? So we contact the landlord and we're like, I wonder if they're actually gonna send a competent person this time. And so they come and they're like, you have rats. So now it's time for me to tell you about this really cool app. So if you're going through anything super stressful, like having rats in your house, I bet that your impending emotional breakdown could be avoided if you knew about / had access to the Cerebral app. So Cerebral is a mental health platform that provides access to ongoing online prescription medication management, counseling, and therapy for anxiety, depression, insomnia, and other conditions, all for a flat monthly rate. And treatment for ADHD, bipolar, and PTSD are available in certain states. Using Cerebral, you can talk with your provider, care counselor, or therapist online. If, for instance, you are spiraling about the possibility of a mouse or rat getting in through your dryer vent of your laundry room, then you can just message your counselor about it. Cerebral is designed for long-term treatment because your therapist and your doctor actually communicate, unlike your parents. Cerebral is also pretty affordable with or without insurance. My brain is a minefield of lesbian sex, ADHD memory issues, and lesbian sex. Luckily, choosing a plan with Cerebral is super easy because I have other things to think about, like lesbian sex. And Cerebral offers a convenient app available on the Apple Store and Google Play. Simone Biles, a world champion gymnast, just joined their team as their Chief Impact Officer. And I live my life by a very simple motto. If it's good enough for Simone Biles, it's good enough for me. If you would like to take the next step of working on your mental health and this sounds great to you, click the link in my description to fill out the questionnaire and be linked with a provider. Your first month starts at only $30. I love little mice and rats, right? Like anytime I go to the pet shop, I'm like, oh, the little whiskers. And then my son, Miles, has had pet rats in the past. And I'm like, I love having them like crawl on me and it's so cute, whatever. And then Josie Googled it and found out about how dangerous it is to have rats in your attic. Just like in general, like that they carry so many diseases. And I was like, I definitely would not have survived the bubonic plague. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so glad that I live now because I would have just made a little rat house and inside and been like, come on, little babies. Anyway, so then I start freaking out. The guy decides to lay down poison, didn't even tell us that he'd laid down poison because after he left, he started Googling like rats and how to get rid of them and how to like stop them from coming inside your house and your attic and blah, 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 blah. Josie sent him this text and this was his response, which, you know, I've heard that when British people say this, it's like sarcastic. So it's kind of like him being a dickhead, but maybe he didn't mean it that way. Maybe he just meant yes. Maybe he was like, obviously I put poison up there, right? So I was like, great. If a mouse or a rat does get into the house and Gumbo like eats it, then he can die because it's poisoned. Or not even that, just like there's like neighborhood cats that are outside. Why didn't he just put a trap? He also said that like all the insulation in the ceiling is gone because the rats have been like eating it. I don't even know, just like tearing it up to make their nests or whatever. And he like painted this huge picture that the rat infestation is so bad. And so then we start freaking out and we're like, okay, well, at least it's not inside the house. Right? So if if a mouse comes inside the house or a rat comes inside the house, then we'll obviously have to move out, right? So then he was like, I'll be back in 2 weeks. And we were like, cool. One day Josie yells at me, Stevie, can you come here? And I was like, oh God, that's like a serious tone. Like something's really wrong, right? Like I thought like, oh, she tried to cook something and burnt it, you know what I mean? Or like cut herself, I don't know. And so I walk in and she's just standing in front of the laundry room and points. And I look, it's a tiny little hole in the side of our dryer vent. Like the vent that goes outside to vent the hot air out, you know? And there's lint all over the laundry room. And I lost my goddamn mind. I was not okay, like actually not okay. I started Googling like home remedies to keep mice and rats away. And then I found out that it was like, how many things? It was like cinnamon, toothpaste, peppermint tea, any kind of like mint, right? So I take my freaking like toothpaste that I imported from America and I'm like just using it as a weapon, you know what I mean? I'm just like standing there like, you better get away from Gumbo, I swear to God. And I'm like squirting toothpaste all over all the holes in the dryer, all along the bottom of the door so that they won't like squeeze under, because apparently a mouse can fit through the size of a pencil hole. They can just flatten their skeletons, which adorable. Like I think I just have like so much cognitive dissonance because on one hand I like don't want to get sick, and then on the other hand I just think they're so cute. Anyway, so I'm armed with toothpaste. I put cinnamon sticks all inside of the drum of the dryer. And then we brew like 20 tea bags of peppermint tea, put it all over. And then I Google and find out that they don't like cat urine smell. We get Gumbo to pee. We scoop his litter out and we put it on a thing and we put it in the laundry room. Like, oh my God, what if mice get in this house, right? So I thought, oh God, they've actually been in the house before. Like, what? So I'm taking all the food out of the pantries, looking for little mice holes, looking for like rat poop anywhere. Absolutely not okay. Emotional breakdown, all right? After we found the dreaded dryer hole, contacted them, and then the exterminator guy came back that day, right? He said, there's no rats up here. I don't know what you were talking about. Like, what happened? He came back and he basically gaslit you. Like, the first time he came, he made it out
so bad.
So bad. He's like, there's no insulation up here. There's rat droppings everywhere. You got an infestation.
Also, he didn't even go up into the attic because his ladder was
Oh
so
yeah,
short.
he showed up up with a really short ladder and he couldn't get into the attic. So how did he even know any of that? You know what I mean?
From taking a peek. That's how we knew it was bad, because he only even peeked and he knew how bad it was.
Even if he did pop his head in there, like there's no way he could have seen over here where all the noises were actually happening. Anyway, so the second time he came back, he still did not bring a long enough ladder. And then he like took a peek at the outside of our house where the dryer vent was, and he was like, I can't go and close up the hole. I can't repair that because, what did he say? The ivy was overgrown. There's too much ivy, so he can't go and repair the hole that is allowing rats and mice to enter my home. Ooh, I was so mad. So then I decided that he sucks and he's incompetent. So I did research on who to report him to, and then I sent a very strongly worded email to our estate agents saying that he was incompetent, that he exaggerated the problem and then denied that he ever said it, and he didn't even bring a long enough ladder to get into the attic, even though he'd been there twice. I understand the first time bringing too short of a ladder, but the second time? And then saying that the ivy was keeping him from repairing the dryer duct. Anyway, we fixed it the next day ourselves, and we didn't decide to tell the estate agents about it because that problem was already fixed, right? The problem is we have rats and mice. They're entering the attic somehow. I don't know, is this even an interesting story? Oh, it took them 10 days of back and forth emails for them to say that they were working on getting a repairman, or working on getting someone to come and cut the ivy so that the exterminator could come back. 10 days of me freaking out, threatening to move, threatening to contact environmental health department for them to say, oh, we're just working on getting someone to come and cut the ivy. And I was like, that doesn't need to be cut. We already repaired the dryer vent. We need them to come and actually figure out how the rats and mice are getting inside the attic. And then it started smelling like rotting flesh inside the house. So, you know, we're gonna move out, which I'm very sad about because I'm absolutely obsessed with this house. I love this house. I thought we were gonna stay here for long term, but if there's this many problems that we're having with either the landlord or the owner or the type of people that they hire for the job, like I demanded that they hire someone else. We're about to paint this whole room and the ceiling because there's like marks on the ceiling, and come to find out it's something called ghosting. That is when you have rodents in your attic, they create these lines in between the insulation and it allows like buildup of dirt and stuff, and then you can see the shadows of it on your ceiling. We were gonna work with lick paints and I was so excited, and it does really suck too because I feel like we have very specific taste. It's really difficult because every person that remodels a house decides to put in gray wood floors or dark gray carpets, and then replace all the kitchen cabinets that are wood with plastic gray ones. And we just like charming old cottages. Like we don't want anything new, and everything is new if it's a rental. And no one will give me a mortgage because I'm an immigrant. Thank you so much for listening to me rant about this. I just don't know what else. Like I can't make a different video right now. Oh, it's a squirrel. That was the most stereotypically ADHD thing I've ever done on camera. Oh, we've been trying to spend as much time outside of the house that we can. The vibes are off, you know what I mean? Like if you know that there's rats living in your attic or there's dead rat carcasses, which they put poison up there without even telling us, just is no longer a cool, safe, fun place to be, you know? I have to do. I don't need to be emailing estate agents, begging them, you want to move? You're happy about it. You're not dreading having to move again. Did you forget how stressful it was to move?
It is so stressful to move, but we can't be here long term anyway.
Yeah.
The landlords are moving back.
Anyway, so the new place has an aga, which I didn't know what the fuck that was. And then I Googled it and it sounds so much fun. So maybe I'll make a video learning how to cook on an aga. Have you guys ever had rats and mice? Have you ever had to deal with this? Have you ever had to deal with landlord issues? I would love to hear your terrible landlord stories in the comments so I can feel less alone. Thank you so much to my patrons for supporting me and supporting videos like this one from being made. Actually, this video is supported by shitty landlords everywhere, but I've got an exciting thing. If you become one of my patrons, I am sending everyone that would like one a Christmas card this year. I stole this idea from Elena Fender. Elena Fender? I think she goes by Elena Joy now. I stole this idea from Elena. The next video, we're actually gonna be doing a collab. So I wanna spread some holiday cheer this year with you guys. So become one of my patrons by clicking the link in my description. If you become a patron before the end of November, you'll be getting one. And also send me your address. I guess look forward to our moving adventures. Oh yeah, I forgot. I like totally skipped over the whole bathroom issue. There's a skylight in the bathroom. We put fans in the bathroom. We have a moisture absorbing thing. And every time I tell them it smells musty, they're like, you seem like you're doing all the correct things that you should do for a damp bathroom. Okay, there's obviously a leak then. Hey, is anyone a mortgage lender and would like to give me a mortgage? Please let me know. Thanks. Does anyone want to just buy me a house? That'd be great. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much to Cerebral for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to click the link in the description if you're as stressed out as me. Okay, I love you.